Will there be attacks against American bases in the Middle East if there's an airstrike?
You should expect everything. You should expect everything. Not necessarily through the government. It's not only the governments are not the only player in this region. You have different parties, you have different factions, you have different ideology. You have everything in this region now. So you have to expect that.
Tell me what you mean by expect everything.
Expect every action.
Including chemical warfare?
That depends. If the rebel or the terrorists in this region or any other group have it, it could happen. I don't know. I'm not fortune teller.
Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You're tuning in to AMTV Alternative Media Television, September 10th, one day before the September 11th anniversary. And checkmate. Checkmate. President Barack Obama has never looked weaker. Russian President Vladimir Putin makes Obama his bitch. There is no other way to say it. Makes Obama his bitch. Putin, Vladimir, and Russia play peacekeeper. And this is a brilliant, brilliant move on behalf of the Russian administration. Now placating the American public and the international community that Syria and Bashar al-Assad is going to agree to the dismantling of his chemical weapons in order to prevent and to preempt a preemptive strike on Syria by the Nobel Peace Prize winner Obama administration, who has invaded country after country, including Libya, and continued the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. So Syria accepts Russian weapons proposal. The question is, what does the United States do now? What does Congress do now? But more importantly, what does warmongering Obama do now? This is from the Associated Press. So Syria says it accepted Russian weapons proposal. Syria said Tuesday it has accepted Russia's proposal to place its chemical weapons under international control for subsequent dismantling, etc., etc. This is from the New York Times. Russian proposal could offer Obama escape from bind. Now, you probably saw, or some of you probably saw the video, the interview by Charlie Rose and Bashar al-Assad, who Assad himself maintains very good composure, although you could tell he was more agitated than the last time 2 years ago Charlie Rose paid him a visit, but told the United States, Congress, and the American people to expect everything. Everything was the quote. Everything. And not just from his government, but from all the counterparts of his government, all these warring factions, whether or not it's Hezbollah or Hamas or some other terrorist network, etc. Expect everything, is what he said, if the United States strikes, with their 5 little warships hanging out in the Mediterranean. Of course, China and Russia are there, and Obama's being owned, bitch-slapped by Vladimir Putin, who is really providing a saving grace to the president, which may actually give Obama a window out. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it gives him a window out. I still don't think that that's the case, though, instinctually, and I'll tell you why. And I'm going to get into why the Syrian opposition, again, obviously they don't support this. Syrian opposition wants a strike because they're trying to overthrow, as the terrorists that they are, being funded by the U.S. government, and people like John Kerry here and Obama, they need the support. So they're hoping for a military strike. They, of course, oppose any kind of delay in action by the United States. But here is why. Here is why the United States and Obama are going to need a bigger event to get us over there. Because the original bloodbath wasn't bloody enough. The original chemical attack wasn't deadly enough. There wasn't enough children killed. There weren't enough people murdered by the deadly gas known as sarin, which by all reports and all accounts, according to the 100-page report released by the Russian government in the weak counter-argument 4-page rhetoric document that looked like it had been written by a third grader, released by the White House, and is really shown and given us every indication that it was the opposition that launched the chemical weapons, not the Assad government, because think about it, Assad would be an absolute idiot considering he's been winning the war and he'd be asking for his own assassination. Again, it makes no logical sense, and there is no logical motive for Assad to encourage that. But here is why the United States needs something bigger, needs something bolder, needs something deadlier, much more tragic. We need more lives lost. Obama wasn't able to sell the children card hard enough. And as we approach September 11th tomorrow, as we're on the eve, September 10th, 2013, in remembrance of 2001, when the towers fell, the three towers fell, which many believe is a conspiracy in and of itself. And there's been a raucous 9/11 truther movement that has sustained itself since that original attack, not to mention Benghazi and those lies, blaming it on an anti-Muslim film when that was total bullshit. That was a lie sold to the American people. We have to be cognizant of what this administration needs, what Obama needs to garner more support, what McCain, the bulldog, the angry bulldog, needs for war. They need more death, they need more destruction, and they need a bigger false flag, because this wasn't convincing enough. I mean, we need, and they need almost beheadings of children on camera. They need to take it to a whole nother level so that the American people finally give in and go, you know what? Can't take it anymore. Can't take it, McCain. Can't take it, Obama. Yeah, press the red button and let's enter World War III. Stay on your toes, because I believe that something much bigger, much more violent, much deadlier is coming. Whether or not it happens overseas or it's a repercussion of something that happens here in the United States or in Europe or abroad, I'm not a crystal ball reader, nor are any of you tuning in. But what I do know is, in order to convince the American sheeple, the buying sheeple, that war is a good thing, they need a bigger, more tragic event. Stay on your tippy toes, everybody, as we approach September 11th. I'm Christopher Green, hard-hitting and in your face. You've been tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. Get it out everywhere. Make this video viral.